Right, excuse the mess. I'm still trying to sort out this area here. Still got a few plants to sell and rehome. But I thought I'd do this video. I've been meaning to do it for a while because I bought this Washingtonia Robusta a few weeks back. It's in a tiny little pot. I think it's always interesting for international viewers to see how much certain palms cost in certain parts of the world. So this was £16.50, but it's actually 20% off, so it's probably more around the 12 quid mark. As you can see, there is 4 plants in here, so if I want to take the time and separate them and have 4 separate plants I could, but the chances are you might lose 1 or 2 in the separation process, so I'm going to leave them as they are and just put them in a bigger pot for now. Really only brought it just for demonstration purposes for the video, but as you can see, the trunk is quite deep purpley red. Well, that is what a Robusta should look like. I know a lot of people say, oh, you don't really get true Robustas anymore, they're all sort of hybrids with filifera. But I'd stick my neck out and say this is probably a true Robusta, because I've got a Washingtonia filibuster here, which is a hybrid, and I know that because I got seeds from a reliable source and I grew this. This is now 2 years old from seed. So if you look at the trunk, you can see it's pretty green. There's a very slight bit of a purplish red to it, but yeah, nothing like that. So we can see straight away the difference in the trunk. The leaves themselves at this stage are not mature leaves. They've not opened up to a big fan. They're only sort of really start to fan out slightly. The pedicels themselves, I've noticed on the filibuster, seem to be more white to them, and the teeth are a lot closer together, where I know these are very immature plants, but the teeth on the Robusta is a lot further apart, more spread out. So again, as these get bigger, I think the teeth tend to be more like the trunk colour, more red to them with the Robusta. But yeah, in general, I mean, they're quite often sold as cotton palms because you see the little bits of tomentum or filament, whatever you want to call it, sort of cotton effect on the leaves, and we have got that on the filibuster to an extent. But yeah, so that's just like the physical differences. The green shade is very similar. This might be slightly lighter green, slightly more limey green to this, but that might just be the way it's been grown. It's obviously been greenhouse grown, probably in Spain. So these may only be a year old, I don't know, compared to the one I've been growing, which is 2 years old. But this has been out with minimum protection through winter, just in a cold frame. So I know these ones are going to be super hardy, where the chances are when these ones see their first winter, they're going to take some serious damage, if not die. So yeah, I mean, the purposes is, I mean, for this video is if you've got the time and you want a hardy palm, I'd grow it from seed when it comes to Robustas, because they're pretty quick for a palm anyway. Like I say, if you can get a palm, this is probably about 2 foot, if you can get a palm that size for in a couple of years, you know, and that's going to be a lot hardier than just going out and buying one. But again, I have bought these in the past, and I've got some in the ground and they've survived the winters. Definitely give it a bit of protection the first winter or two. Easiest way to do it is I just wrap a load of frost cloth around the stems, and then on the hardest nights, you know, get them hard frost, then just cover the whole plant with frost cloth. But you don't really want to cover the leaves through the whole winter, just as and when you need it. So it's a little bit of work, but like I say, if you want a bigger plant to start with, that's a good option. Like I say, they are fairly cheap to buy. So yeah, we said this worked out about 12 quid. So in reality, yeah, you know, 3 quid a palm there if you were to split them. So yeah, it's just a little look at the sort of prices for this is a fairly common palm. This is, you know, one of the common 4, I say, in this country. We get Washingtonia Robusta, common and cheap, and then probably second most common is well, the most common is probably the Phoenix canariensis. But again, you're looking at probably similar hardiness to this, and similar situation where you will need to protect it for the first few years so they get a bit of size to them. And then obviously you've got your Trachycarpus and your Caropsumulus. So they're the main 4 you tend to get in the UK, and they're normally quite reasonably priced at a small size at least. Obviously if you're looking to buy a bigger plant, then you'd be reaching in your pocket a bit more. But anyway, so that is a little comparison, if you like, between the filibuster and Robusta. And I'm now going to pot this up because it's in a tiny pot. We'll leave it there. Thanks for watching.